This is Pat's rubber legs. This is a kind of generally a stonefly nymph, um, but it's really good for bass in rocky streams too. It's a really heavy nymph. It's got a lot of action, so it gets down and wiggles around a lot. This is a size 4 hook that I've got. I'm going to start off with some lead wire and just wrap it around that hook shank. I'll show you how to do this. A lot of the time I start out with the wire already on there, the thread already started, but I want you to see that this is going to be a lot of lead wire on there. I'm really going to cover up the hook shank. Because we want this to drop straight down. This is, if you ever read Charles Brooks's books, when he's talking about nymphing in the really fast streams out west, this is kind of what we're talking about here. So I've got the hook shank loaded with that 030 wire. I'm going to start the thread on there. I'll build up a little dam in the front. Then start to work my way through the lead wraps. At the back, I'll make another little dam. That way it doesn't slide around as I'm tying this. If you do this, it's not really necessary to glue it in place. I mean, you're going to throw a bunch of thread wraps over it and then tie over it as well, so it's not like it's going to start coming loose. So let's stop at the front there. I'm going to take some legs. We'll make the tail and the antenna out of this. Sexy legs, flexy legs, they call them. This one's color is black and yellow, and you can see they're kind of different. They're flat as opposed to the silicone or round rubber legs. So this is what the original Pat's rubber legs called for, so we're going to use it. So I'm going to take one strand of that and just double it over. I'm going to make the tail and the antenna out of that. So up front, we'll tie it down. And then just go right down the length of that body. And I'll return back up to about 2/3 to the front. And this is a trick that'll help you get these legs nice and neat. Let me show you what I've got so far here. Now I've got one of those strands that I cut into 3 pieces. I'm going to lay them alongside each other, flatten them out and set them on top there, and just come over them a few times. Then we'll do the same thing going the other way. So that's going to be our 6 legs of the stonefly. So I'm going to go back almost to the tail again. I'll tie in a piece of variegated chenille. Strip it down to the core. Get it started there. Now we can bring the thread all the way up to the front. So the first wrap I take, I'm going to come underneath, I'm going to lift the tail up, and then come under the tail, and now start wrapping on top. That'll help the tail stick up and give that some more action as well. When this thing's in the water, it's really buggy looking. So once we get up to the legs, what I'm going to do is start separating them. So you'll kind of see how they lie on there, which one's in front, which one's in back. So the one that's in the back, I'm going to pull it back and go in between it. That's going to force those two legs back. Now the ones that are in the middle, whoops, I dropped it there. Now the ones that are in the middle, we'll do the same thing. And then I can come in front of the last pair. So once I get up there, I can wrap that off. Now I'll snip off that chenille. Tie down the rest of that chenille. Sometimes you get some fuzz. Now I can come up in front of the antenna, make a little head. And I'll put 2 whip finishes on this. I'll do one like that. And then I'm going to take some head cement and put on there and do another whip finish. Go. Snip our thread off. We can start to clean this fly up now. So you can see what I've got there. Big mess. We want our legs to stick out like that. So they stick out just like a bug's would. So these antennae that was looped, I can just, my floss came out of the sexy floss. I've never seen that happen before. That is not a big deal though. So we can cut that off however long we want it to be. Let's say about the hook length. Do the same thing with the tail. And then these legs, I'm just going to even them up. So if you pull them all up and don't stretch any of them, pull them all up there and just cut it off at however long the shortest one is. That'll even them all up. So when you're finished, this is what you wind up with. As you can see, that's a really buggy looking fly. So that's a Pat's rubber legs. It's great for trout in fast streams. It's great for smallmouth bass in streams as well. It's a super heavy fly, a lot of action, pretty simple to tie. You could really mess it up if you were to just tie in those legs straight across. So tie them in that way and use the chenille to separate them out so that it's not just a big clump of rubber. It's actual legs sticking out like an insect, and you'll have a lot of success with that fly. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you out there on the water.